Ladies and gentlemen, the first charges have been filed in the Russia investigation and Trump's involvement. You think Trump is over the edge now? This is really going to send him over the edge, y'all. It really is. This came out on CNN Politics, dated October 28th, 2017. First on CNN, first charges filed in Mueller investigation. Let's go ahead and listen to this video.
It is a landmark moment in the investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. Sources briefed on the matter say a federal grand jury in Washington approved the first charges in the investigation led by special counsel Robert Mueller. A spokesman for the special counsel's office declined to comment. The indictments are sealed, but plans are underway for anyone charged to be taken into custody as soon as Monday.
When you see a sealed indictment like this, it almost always happens for one reason. There's a fear that the defendant is going to flee the jurisdiction.
Mueller wants to send a signal to other prospective defendants. If this person who has been indicted or persons are facing 20 to 40 to 50 years for whatever these crimes are related to collusion or not, there are others who may be subject to similar charges who have further knowledge about dealings with Russia.
The special counsel's investigation focused on potential collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia, as well as obstruction of justice by the president, who might have tried to impede the investigation. CNN reported that investigators are scrutinizing the president and his associates' financial ties to Russia.
This is what we've been waiting for, to see if investigators will bring charges in this probe that even impacts the president to a degree, because investigators have been looking at his potential involvement in obstruction of justice. You see him tweeting about it, calling it a witch hunt, a hoax, saying that it's a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Mueller's team has also examined foreign lobbying conducted by former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort, former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, and others. The special counsel has issued subpoenas for documents and testimony to a handful of figures, including some people close to Manafort and others involved in the Trump Tower meeting between Russians and campaign officials.
And this may be an indication that he's not trying to show his hand because he doesn't want people to be able to either conceal evidence, destroy evidence. It may be the reason that he was able to do a surprise, no knock and announce warrant on Paul Manafort's home. There is an urgency that Robert Mueller is seeing, and it may be a flight risk. It may also be because there are some missing pieces.
Y'all, this is going to send Trump over the edge. Y'all know that. Get ready to see a hail of Twitter storm of fury coming from the orange one. And it came on Friday on top of that. A federal grand jury in Washington on Friday approved the first charges in the investigation led by special counsel Robert Mueller, according to the sources briefed on the matter. The charges are still sealed under order from a federal judge. And that's because, if you remember, when Comey was doing his investigation, Trump kept trying to interfere with the investigation. That's why they have to keep everything sealed and quiet, because if they let the cat out the bag, then he's going to start obstructing again. And he can technically fire Mueller. And I think that's what they're trying to avoid before they can get these charges out. That's why he's got to be quiet about it. Plans were prepared Friday for anyone charged to be taken into custody as soon as Monday, the sources said. It is unclear what the charges are. A spokesman for the special counsel's office declined to comment. Mueller was appointed in May to lead the investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. Under the regulations governing special counsel investigations, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who was oversight over the Russian investigation, would have been made aware of any charges before they were taken before the grand juries for approval, according to the people familiar with the matter. On Friday, top lawyers who are helping lead the Mueller probe, including veteran prosecutor Andrew Weissman, were seen entering the courtroom at the D.C. federal court where the grand jury meets to hear testimony in the Russia investigation. Reporters present saw a fury of activity at the grand jury room, but officials made no announcement. Shortly after, Trump abruptly fired then FBI Director James Comey. Rosenstein appointed Mueller as special counsel. Mueller took the reins of the federal investigation that Comey first opened in July 2016 in the middle of the presidential campaign. Mueller was authorized to investigate any matters that arose or may arise directly from the investigation according to Rosenstein's order. The special counsel investigation has focused on potential collusion between Trump campaign and Russia, as well as obstruction of justice by the president, who might have tried to impede the investigation. No, this little scoundrel did. You can't put nothing past this orange orangutan. CNN reported that investigators are scrutinizing Trump and his associates' financial ties to Russia. Mueller's team has also examined foreign lobbying conducted by former Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort, former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, and others. His team has issued subpoenas for documents and testimonies to a handful of figures, including some people close to Manafort and others involved in the Trump Tower meeting between Russians and the campaign officials. Wow. Last year, the Comey-led investigation secured approval from the secret court that oversees the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act to monitor the communications of Manafort, as well as former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, as part of the investigation into Russian meddling. In addition to Mueller's probe, 3 committees on Capitol Hill are conducting their own investigation. This orange dude is going out of his mind. Oh my goodness. We all saw how crazy he would act every time any mention of this investigation came up. He was damn near losing his mind. I can imagine what his orange ass is doing today. Please tell me what you think. And yes, I do believe Russia did meddle into the election, and I think they gave Trump money too. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And if you can make a donation to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, please do. Peace, family.